Vegan, because we cherish all lives.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
You have to tell them the way you tell yourself. All right? Because you have to be friends with your children. If you are not their friends, who can be their friends? You are the best friends they could have. In fact, the only friends they should have until they grow up.
Please keep watching to find out more.
Today, we are blessed to present one of these insightful lectures entitled Be Your Children's Best Friend, Part 1 of 6 on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on January 7th, 2006 in Surrey, UK.
Okay, next one.
Hello, Master. I told my wife, I said Master was there, and she said that you're really stubborn, and I said that after all this time that I've been practicing, even if you had some doubts, you should by now know that Master is good. She's okay, and she's agreed to get initiated.
Congratulations.
And I also got some more good news for you. My son, he got half the child initiation, and he didn't practice. And he was a teenager, very rebellious, smoking and drinking and lying and stealing and drugs, everything.
Oh God, drug, no. You have to watch it. You have to say no.
No, I did.
Okay.
I was fighting with him a lot.
Okay, and then
created
what happened
a lot
now?
of trouble. But anyway, eventually he nearly failed his exams, and all of a sudden he realized that he would be stuck in this place where he doesn't want to be. He can go a lot further. So he cleaned everything up. And then slowly we kept encouraging him to come and meditate with us. But I didn't, because a lot of people pressure the kid to come and get initiated, but they don't really practice.
I understand.
For him, I said, if you meditate every single day for 6 weeks, then maybe I will consider putting your application for initiation. But first off, for 6 weeks, he meditate every morning and come and meditate. But I always treat him, what he says, very, not that I believe it 100%. I'll see when he does it.
Okay.
And then
So he does.
he meditate. And then this time when I went home, I said, if you read the 5 books, Key of Immediate Enlightenment 1 to 5, and if you read the Masters Magazine every month, and if you go to a group meditation whenever you get a chance, then I will put in your application. And he also agreed.
Okay.
So you have 2 of those people.
Yeah, good. Yeah, fine.
I'm sorry to be so strict with him, but I know that he's lazy.
Yeah.
And I want to, because I don't
has
want
to
to
learn
waste your
it, yes.
time
Yeah.
with him or his time with you.
Very
you see?
good.
So I have to make sure.
Very good. If he does just half of what you said, then he can be initiated. Okay?
Okay, fantastic.
I walk halfway.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Master. But he's a good boy. He's very happy
I
now.
understand.
And when I went home, he looked very blessed and very happy.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a very good boy with a good heart, but he's trying to learn to be bad.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just a peer pressure. You understand?
No, I do understand very well.
I tell all of you parents, because your words really does matter. Many parents, they don't say anything, or they say very little, so the child doesn't think that it's really that important to stay away from drugs. You really have to say no. You have to tell him what the damage will be done. You have to repeat again and again. In a nice, presentable, logical way. You have to say no. Okay? Just don't say let it be whatever, natural. It's not like that. Because when the kids go out there, they have hundreds or thousands of bad influences waiting for them in every corner, and they're vulnerable. They're kids. You have to say no. You have to walk with him all the steps, all the way. Every day, talk together like friends, okay? And don't scold him for every little mistake or the things that he does. but encourage him and tell him this is no good. You have to stop it. It really matters to your health, your future, and to the family. You tell them that you don't feel good. You feel really bad about it. You have to tell your feeling, because kids, they don't understand. Sometimes if you don't say or you don't be too strict to them, they think you don't care even. You don't care whether they live or die, they're good or bad, so they just feel rejected, neglected, and then they get worse and worse so that to get your attention. So if you pay attention to them nicely, proportionally in the beginning, not like spoiled, over attentive, but be like a friend, and then they confess to you everything, then you will know what they're up to and what the friends are up to. They have to trust you. And then they tell you everything, then you can know where they stand, and then you can know what to help them. Yeah? Because they're out there, they're very alone. You think they're your children and they're protected. No, when they're outside in the school, they're not protected. Sometimes they're bullied in the school and they don't dare to tell you. And sometimes they do this, do that just to be in the company of other gangs. Otherwise, they'll be cast out as no good, as sissy. And then these names are very painful to teenagers. So you have to tell them what's good, what's bad. And it doesn't matter about the name. You have to be their supporter, be their friend, that they can lean on you, that they can trust you, so that the whole world doesn't matter to them anymore. And then they cannot cast a shadow on your children, because a bad society still exists, yeah? Especially kids, other parents don't know how to teach them, and then your kids get bad influences from them, and they all infect each other. You have to plant your feet firm. You have to say no, even if he doesn't like it. He will. You have to say it in a logical way and loving way, yeah? And day by day, even he doesn't like it today, it will sink in. And one day the table will turn, and he will see the bad side of his friends, and then he'll think, oh, my father's better. He's right. Look at you now. You're drunk and you're that, and look at what happened to you. My father is right. I don't want to be like you. One day, even if he's already badly influenced, but your influence still counts better than no influence. Especially you have power as well, huh? So have to say no to all the bad things that the kids want to try and experiment. And even in something sensitive like a sexual issue, you have to sit down and talk to them. Maybe they know a lot more than you do already. But then you have to know what they know in order to guide them. Don't feel embarrassed about these things and then wait until they have trouble, and then it's too late. Better embarrassed now than later. Or they might lose their life even, contracting some bad disease. You have to tell them the way you tell yourself. All right? Because you have to be friends with your children. If you are not their friends, who can be their friends? You are the best friends they could have. In fact, the only friends they should have until they grow up. Of course, they have all the friends, but they're all the same age. They don't know much. And that's buddies. It's not friends. You are the friends. Yeah? You are the guides. They look up to you. And now that you have trimmed yourself, cleaned yourself, well, you're even a better guide. Okay? Better friend. So in the whole wide world out there, they should know that they have you all the time. And that makes them feel confident, strong, loved. And that will make them beat anything else. Because if they don't feel loved, they feel dragged, feel not interested to do anything, and then they just try anything just to pick themselves up. So family love is very important to the children, yeah? You have to give it to them, all right? Unconditionally. Firm but love, okay? It's like the way I treat you. I scold you sometimes, but you are loved, and you know that. Even if I scold you, you know you can rely on me. You know that I don't harm you. You know that, don't you? Yes. Okay? The same. Treat your children. That they know they're loved at all times. But don't just give in to their whims. Spoiled is different from understanding and friendliness. Yeah? Be a friend. Be their friends. Like if they come home and confess to you something bad, like, oh, today I did something that's supposed to be bad. You don't scold them right away. I say, you're a bad boy, and blah, blah, blah. You say, thank you. Thank you for telling me this. Yeah, I really feel very privileged that you tell me these things, even though you know it might be not very good to tell me, but I'm so glad you tell me. and then help them according to their situation. Because they are kids. If they make mistakes, it's because they are kids. Look at you, so grown up, but still make a lot of mistakes. How can kids not make mistakes? So, by the way, guide them, love them, and anytime they confess to you something bad, you don't scold them. You just tell them, you know, you're really glad. You feel privileged that they trust you. And that will make them tell you more. Because mistakes are about to happen. And bad influence is about everywhere to happen. So you should be glad that they tell you something. Yeah? And then according to that, cut it. Okay? All right? Let them tell you. You know, act like a buddy. Not an authoritative figure. Not too much. Okay? Not too much. All right. Oh, it's a very subtle situation. It's not like every family is the same, you know. But the guidelines is that be a friend. Be a friend so they can cry on your shoulder and they can trust you. And then they listen to you. Thank you for bringing it up so I can, by the way, tell everyone.
There's lots of programs on TV now that show you how to deal with teenagers and children.
Yes.
And when I grew up, we didn't have these
Guidelines,
skills.
yeah, okay.
But now, I think with my son, there was a turning point one day where...
A what? A turning point. Okay, okay.
I always used to say to him, look, drugs are bad and you should stay away from them. But he was going out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the times we were fighting quite viciously with each other. And then my wife would be involved as well, and he would get her on his side.
Mm-hmm.
Then I feel very powerless and angry, and I say, well, you guys, I'll leave you two together. You can do what you like.
Mm-hmm.
But I always try to give him some good advice.
I understand.
But that one time he went out, and I told him, look, I don't want you to go out. You're going out every night. I want you to stay in. You know, you can go out on the weekend, but not every day.
Yeah.
And he went out the night. And so I confiscated his computer. I took it in my room and I locked it in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back and he said, I'm going to go in the room and get the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched one of these programs the day before.
Yes.
And in there, the trainer was teaching the teenager how not to get angry. The trainer was in the boxing ring with the teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to the teenager, I'm going to swear at you. I'm going to wind you up. But if you hit me, then you've lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I used that technique on my son.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever he said, he swore to me, he called me this and that, everything. But I said, look, I'm not going to get angry. I love you, but I'm not going to give you your computer back until you stop going out.
Right.
And then he said he'll see. So he was waiting at the door. And my friend used to come to meditate on a Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought that I would be embarrassed and give in to him because my friend was there because of this.
Yeah.
When my friend came and I involved my friend, I said, look, I'm having an argument with my son here. He's going out all the time, so I've confiscated his computer. So if you don't mind, we will meditate in the other room today. And because of that time, because he put so much energy when he was swearing to me and everything, I said, look, I've heard all that before, so I'm stupid, I'm so-and-so, I'm so-and-so. But I love you, but I'm not going to give you your computer back.
Right, he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. And then actually, the morning I took the computer to work and left it there for about 2 weeks. And that evening, because I didn't fight with him, he couldn't involve his mother. She was on my side.
Understand.
And we were both trying to help him. And really lovingly, I told him, I will just keep repeating that I love you to him. He said, I hate you. I said, but I love you.
I know that.
And actually, he lost a lot of power that day. I said, look, I've been with the Supreme Master for 10 years. Don't you think I learned a few tricks?
Good. So what did he say?
Actually, after this time, our relationship improved a lot.
Yeah.
I gave the computer back to him, but only after, a lot of testing.
Understand.
And then I helped him with his study. Because the subjects he's studying, I also graduated in those subjects.
Cool.
So we made a good relationship like that.
Very good.
And slowly building.
Yeah.
And every day I'm seeing he's improving.
Yeah, they are in a hard time of their life.
Yeah,
Teenagers, the hormonal race, that's terrible.
Because they have a lot of bad influence around them, like you said, like other boys, they with the drugs and everything, and the showing off.
I know.
And I can see that he's with people who are very low level. He's forcing them to be his friend. They don't even want him, but he's forcing himself there just to fit in.
I know.
And,
they do that all the time in the school. Yeah, peer pressure.
Yeah,
just you have to be cool, you know.
that's it.
Not just to wear the same, but have to act the same.
Yeah,
And if they drink, you have to drink. Otherwise, you don't get in. You know, they will make fun of you and all that. Just you have to make sure he doesn't have to go through all this suffering for nothing.
but
Tell him the value is not by being cool, but, you know, being a good student and intelligent and be independent.
Extraordinary viewers, we appreciate your company for today's episode entitled Be Your Children's Best Friend, Part 1 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more positive programming. May the pure light of your souls shine forever brightly.
Vegan, 'cause we are elite.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.